Trump's director of national intelligence resigned about 2 hours ago. This was the fourth cabinet member who has resigned. All of them have been women within the last 2 months. In her resignation letter, Tulsi Gabbard said she was resigning because her husband had a very rare form of bone cancer. Irrespective of anything, and there's a lot to talk about with Tulsi Gabbard, that's horrible, and I don't expect that she's lying about that part of this, and hopefully he'll be okay. And that's a horrible thing to deal with. That being importantly said, there's a host of reasons why Tulsi is probably out. There was a lot of speculation, there was a lot of reporting that she was on the way out for a while. Although she didn't have the courage to publicly say it, she was clearly not on board with the village idiot Donald Trump's war in Iran. When she was questioned by members of Congress about it, she simply just said, I don't really want to answer that question. I don't want to respond to that question. Back in March, somebody who worked for her, directly under her, Joe Kent, he was in charge of counterintelligence for the United States. He was also a right-wing extremist, let's not forget that, but he resigned in protest to the war. Gabbard didn't follow him out the door, and maybe she would have, maybe she should have, but she clearly wasn't supportive of the war, and that's a problem for the village idiot Donald Trump. What bothers me now, what worries me now, is as awful as Tulsi Gabbard was in this job. I mean, it was clear that she was looking to potentially help the village idiot set up election interference by creating a false flag and making up some sort of nonsense that the election was interfered with to such an extent that if it didn't go the village idiot's way, that they would be able to challenge the results of the election. That was what happened in Fulton County, Georgia. What worries me now is that Trump is going to put in someone, you can almost be sure of it, who is a bigger sycophant than Tulsi Gabbard ever could bring herself to be. He also may put in someone who was an idiot. Gabbard was many things, but she's a very smart person. Trump doesn't want that. He doesn't need that. Immediately, people who come to mind are like Richard Grenell. Grenell was in a position like this in the first Trump administration. He's a complete and total Trump sycophantic ass kisser. He'll do anything the village idiot wants. He had a pathetic job recently. He was on the board of the Kennedy Center or something. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump rewards that clown by putting him in this position, and I think that will be incredibly dangerous. Or I think it'll be somebody else like him, and that scares me. And you can rest assured it'll be a white man. Time will tell. We'll see.